Everybody my age or older knows who Steve Irwin is. I grew up watching Steve Irwin, and it really hurt whenever I found out that he died. And apparently, the pain didn't stop there. And I don't know anything about any of these situations, so I'm gonna check this one out because I'm curious. I bet it's all about his estate and things like that. Money was involved, most likely.
She's gonna bite. You're a good girl, I'm getting out.
Everyone thinks Steve Irwin was just
Dude was
a crocodile
crazy.
hunter. But that's far from the truth.
The reason I've been put onto this planet.
I haven't really kept up with Steve Irwin's kids. Do they do the same kind of crazy nonsense that Steve was doing? 'Cause if so, I need to check it out because I'd like to see some of that.
Is to save wildlife.
Their habitat's being destroyed. They're caught in a war. They're gonna go extinct. We're running out of time.
But when he tragically died, things got a lot worse.
Australia has lost more mammal species than any other continent.
Once it's gone, it is gone.
So his wife and kids had to step in.
Steve Irwin's family is managing the conservation and research at a nature reserve named in his honour.
Dad's favourite place in the entire world.
But it's all
And what happened? Did they tear it down? I bet they tore it down. Bricks.
also rich in minerals, and now the miners want to move in.
If Terry's
serious about conservation, she should be encouraging us and working with us.
They'll take away all of the trees, grasses and other plants.
This is not an evil, this is a good project.
We have to stay together and get each other through this.
It's inappropriate to you, a 10-year-old child, in a public debate. He won the first round of this battle, a court order giving him access to the reserve.
We're seeing terrible environmental destruction.
Towns decimated, communities ruined.
If we do nothing, we're in trouble.
Steve, look. Look right there.
What's it doing? Why is it? Don't get too close. Why isn't it going into the water?
It's dead, Terry.
It's dead.
It's dead.
God, it's dead.
We got this phone call, and apparently there was a crocodile in North Queensland that was in danger of being shot. Poachers were after it. So they said, do you want to come back and try to catch this crocodile? Unfortunately, we didn't save the big male crocodile, and we found his body.
Now he's lost. Gone forever. A real shame.
But we were able to catch his female.
Okay, Terry. I want you to come up here and I want you to rest your weight right on her. Get right into her, babe. Get right into her.
I'm really scared.
That's okay.
drop back.
Oh. I'm getting the nostalgia feels for her getting on the alligator. 'Cause I remember that.
That's incredible.
I've been put on this planet to protect wildlife and wilderness areas, which in essence is going to help humanity. I want to have the purest
And I don't think wildlife liked that too much because wildlife ended up taking them
I
out.
want to be able to drink water straight out of that creek. I want to stop the ozone layer. I want to save the world. And you know, money's great. I can't get enough money. And you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to buy wilderness areas with it. Every single cent I get goes straight into conservation.
The time has come where if we don't get animals into people's hearts, they're gonna go extinct.
Eastern Australia has been placed alongside the most infamous places in the world for forest destruction.
Australia has lost more mammal species than any other continent.
We're running out of time right now, Larry, right now as we stand here. Our animals are dying, their habitat's being destroyed.
Steve was
I'm just going to predict that in the future we won't even have any animals that aren't part of farming projects or pets. I think they're all going to go extinct.
I was always in a hurry. I want to get as much done as I can while I'm here.
I just can't do enough. It drives me crazy that I've got to go to sleep.
What made Steve a wildlife warrior and what makes him so different to everyone was he was prepared to do anything for the protection of wildlife. He was afraid of nothing, you know, and the most important thing to him was to get people to embrace wildlife.
He did for a while. And then he died and everybody forgot.
He came running in one evening after sitting by the fire for a little while, and he said, "We've got to have children. We've got to have children." And so I was like, well, what's the urgency? And he said, who are we going to leave this all to?
The whole reason you've been put on Earth is to do this. That's what it seems like.
When my children can take the football that I call wildlife conservation and run it up, when they're ready to run up our mission, I will gladly step aside. And I guarantee you it'll be the proudest moment of my life. And my job will be done. Then and only then will I know that I have achieved my ultimate goal. To be able to stand aside and let them run up my mission.
Well, that's currently what's going down, ain't it? So, mission achieved.
Now, I remember Steve saying to me, I'm getting to the point in my life where I would like to spend more time being a dad and less time filming. So he said, I think after this documentary, I'm just going to slow down a bit with the filming. Steve was standing at the runway and waving goodbye, and it was just this incredibly, I don't know, poignant moment. We all kind of had this strange sense of, I don't know, foreboding. It just felt really weird. It felt like we should be together. And I remember Steve and I had said, you know, as long as we're together, we'll always be okay. I was traveling, so I couldn't get phone reception, so no one could reach me. And when I got to the destination for the night, they said, you have an urgent message. And it was my brother-in-law on the phone. And he told me what happened. And I remember thinking, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
He was swimming in shallows above a large stingray. It turned quickly and lashed out with its tail. The venomous barb pierced Erwin's chest.
I looked out the window and I thought, oh, my children. He wouldn't have wanted to leave the children.
And I told her everything
Okay.
about it.
I held it back.
And she cried and cried and cried. And I said, we're still a family. Daddy still loves you.
The exuberant conservationist known as the crocodile hunter, Steve Erwin, died today, killed by one of the dangerous animals that he spent his life protecting.
People continue to leave floral tributes at Steve's Australia Zoo.
Steve Erwin will be remembered as a wonderful showman and a passionate conservationist, but most of all, he was a husband and a father.
What will you miss the most? You know what I'll miss the most, and it's very selfish. He was fun. Steve was fun.
He didn't sweat the little stuff. He saw the big picture.
And he had fun. Well, I'm gonna work really hard at having fun again.
Oh, I hope you can.
Well, I'm Mrs. Steve Erwin. I've got a lot to live up to.
It's been less than a year since the crocodile hunter tragically passed away, but his legacy is already under attack.
Steve
Uh-oh, here we go.
is managing the conservation and research of crocodiles.
Oh, this. Oh, I forgot what we were even watching the video for. I thought this was about the death of Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin. No, this is about people targeting their family. So it was about this conservation project that they were doing.
In his honour.
But it's also rich in minerals, and now the miners want to move in. Paul Messenger heads the mining company that's taking on the Erwins.
If Terry was serious about conservation, she should be encouraging us and working with us.
So this is it. This is the bauxite that makes the aluminium. That's the ore itself right there.
And this stuff has locked you in a fight with the mine. This is what it's all about.
Absolutely.
China has huge demand for aluminium. If they don't get it from us...
These people have never seen Fern Gully, or they wouldn't be doing stuff like this.
They'll be getting it from rainforests in Borneo.
So are you saying this is the lesser of two evils?
This is not an evil. This is a good project.
I've lost so much sleep over this and had such concern over this.
This stunning rainforest was the last place they were together as a family.
This was Dad's favorite place in the entire world.
There's a whole host of species that live here, and I'm hoping to see a few of them.
More bad news for Steve Irwin's family, just days before the anniversary of his death.
Paul Messenger won the first round of this battle, a court order giving him access to the reserve to carry out an environmental impact study.
Of course. The world's going to shit, and then they just let him mine through everything.
Not only did Terry Erwin lose the court battle against Cape Alumina,
Wow.
he's being forced to pay the company's legal fees.
Wow. Holy shit. That is
What they
evil.
don't tell you when you lose someone is that you're afraid. And you expect to be sad. But it's a bit scary too.
If shit keeps going on like this, like situations like this, people are going to start getting pissed. They're going to start burning these companies to the ground.
Tackling things on my own.
Not saying people should, I'm saying it's going to happen.
Not having my best friend.
It's hard now. I'm really trying. I know, and I appreciate it. But I've lost my prince. I've lost my prince.
It's a heavy
The
video.
opposition's hard and it keeps coming, but I ain't stopping until my kids can run it up for me.
My daddy was my hero. He was always there for me when I needed him. I know that Daddy had an important job. He was working to change the world so everyone would love wildlife like he did. He built a hospital to help animals, and he bought lots of land to give animals a safe place to live. I don't want Daddy's passion to ever end. I want to help endangered wildlife just like he did. Daddy made this place his whole life. Now it's our turn to help Daddy.
If we do nothing, we're in trouble. And he did more than anybody. So I think we can all do something. We will be wildlife warriors, like Steve Irwin.
As miners prepare to move in on Steve Irwin's land, his young children are joining the fight.
To get to the bauxite, which is what the mining company wants, first, they'll take away all of the trees, grasses, and other
They're still
plants.
kids when this is all
And
going
then
on.
They'll take away all of the top
So like, oh, are they going to tell us who won?
soils. And then finally,
Or is this
they can
footage
reach the
of what
bauxite.
actually happened?
There's nothing left.
There are frogs, crustaceans, and fish that live in this water, and
Man, this is
rainforests
so
that are fed
suspenseful.
by
This is a good-
water,
this is a
so
good
all
video.
of that would die.
We're talking about complex issues, and I think it's inappropriate to use a 10-year-old child in a public political debate of this nature.
No one made it more poignant that one person could make a difference than Steve. If you've got a message and something important to say, and you have the opportunity to reach a greater audience, I think it's important.
An online petition has been created, hoping to get public support to help save Steve's place.
The mining company going against the Irwins is pushing back against their online petition, claiming that it is emotional manipulation.
I know I can win. I'm very confident. I don't want to look back on this in 20 years. and say,
Emotional
"What an
manipulation.
embarrassment that we let this go. I want this to be a
This shit's got me pissed off.
triumph.
It's cool to actually carry on where our dad left off.
To keep his memory alive and protect the Steve Irwin Wildlife Reserve for future generations to come.
After an emotional 6-year battle with millions of dollars spent on petitions and campaigns, the Erwin family's fight has finally come to an end.
In a shocking turn of events, the Queensland government announced that mining will be banned on the Steve Irwin Wildlife Reserve, giving the reserve more protection than the Great Barrier Reef.
This incredible wilderness area is the size of the city of Chicago and New York combined. 335,000 acres of government-protected land.
Yeah, this is another problem. Government protected. When they decide that they want that, they have to use it, they're going to use it.
Cannot tell you how much just respect and admiration I have for my mum. She could see this legacy that he started, and she said, you know what, I'm making sure that this is going to continue and grow and get bigger and better every single year.
G'day and welcome to Australia Zoo.
G'day and welcome to Australia Zoo. My mum and dad built the zoo from a tiny little reptile park to what it is today. Isn't it incredible?
That's pretty good.
We've expanded our conservation properties. We've got a wildlife hospital now that's treated over 76,000 animals. I'm very proud of being part of something that is now even bigger than when Steve was here.
And, you know, everyone saw Dad as this larger-than-life character, which he was in real life, 120% every single day. But, you know, Mum's the one who's kept it going. It's pretty special.
We want to make sure that everything that Dad lived and died for continues on forever, and we work every single day with our conservation.
That's my mission. I want to really continue his work and make sure that his memory and his message is kept alive. It's never really been what we do, it's just who we are.
I know he'd be very proud of his kids today and what they are achieving in their lives.
When they're ready to run up our mission, I will gladly step aside. Then and only then will I know that I have achieved my ultimate goal.
Damn. That was a... Whoever made this video, who was it? Who made this? Was it Life Stories by Goalcast? Rolled a 20 on this video idea. This is a good one. 10 out of 10. One of the saddest videos that I've reacted to so far that I uploaded. My saddest video was I reacted to Attack on Titan final episode. It didn't go well. I had to stop recording that one. Anyway, Steve Irwin, definitely going down in history as one of the greatest people to ever live. Guaranteed. And whoever these mining companies are that do things like this Fern Gully type shit, they're scuffs on history. They're going to be known as who dealt all this damage that people talk about all the time.